Today we are going to be talking about 3 different listening strategies with 3 different books, a math book, a reading book, and a concept book. For the math book, I have chosen Little Monkey's Lost by Keith Duquette. For this strategy, I will start out by explaining to my students this is a math book, and for this concept of listening, we will be doing a note card. So I will tell them once I read the page that I will stop and ask them to count on their fingers quietly how many monkeys they see. And when they figure out how many monkeys they see, I will tell them to take their pen and their note card and write it down. Then I will tell them not to show me the note card until everyone's done. To assess that everyone's done, I'll tell them when they write their number down on their note card to fold their note card down and then hold their thumb up, showing me they're done. Once the whole entire class is done, I will then say, okay, hold up your note card, and I will see which students realized how many monkeys there was. So an example of that would be, I'll read the first page. In the deepest jungle there lived a troop of monkeys. Every day was just the same. They lounged in the trees, munched on the leaves, and took long naps. Then I'll stop and ask them to count on their fingers, silently, how many monkeys they are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will tell them to get their note card and their pen, write down how many, turn it over, and then once everyone's done, tell them to hold the thumbs, or once they're done, tell them to hold the thumbs up. Then once everyone's done, I will tell them to turn up their note card, and you see there's the number 9 on it. And I will look around the room, and if someone got it wrong, I would ask them to count again or count with them to show them how there was 9. I could then continue to the second page. Little Monkey was so bored. One morning, while the rest of his troop was sleeping, he saw a lily pad float by. I'll take a ride, he said to himself. Now that will be fun. So I'll stop there and tell them to count how many monkeys on this page. And as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I'll get them to do the same thing. Write the number on the note card, face it down, hold their thumb up when they're done. And then once everyone's done, tell them to hold the note card up, and they'll have the number 5 on it. I'll continue to do this until I finish the book for the math part. Now for the reading, I have chosen the book Corduroy by Don Freeman, and for this activity, we'll be doing 2 snaps when you hear the word button, because that's what Corduroy is lost in this book, and that's what he needs to find. I'll begin by reading the book and tell them every time they hear the word button to snap twice. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. Oh, Mommy, she said, look, there's a very bear I've always wanted. Not today, dear, her mother sighed. I've spent too much money already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He lost the button to one of his shoulder straps. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. I didn't know I'd lost a button, he said to himself. Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it. I'll continue to do this until I finish the book, and each time they hear the word button, make sure they're listening by snapping twice. For our last book, it'll be New Tricks I Can Do by Robert Loupshire. This will be a colored book. So I'll open up the book and I'll explain to them to only look at the dog for colors, not anything else in the book or the other 2 kids in the book, to only look at the dog. I will then tell them each page hold up the color or colors that they see. So for this, we'll be using note cards again, and they'll be color coded, and they'll hold up the colors. So I'll start off by reading the book. Hello there, Spot. How do you do? You don't look good. What's wrong with you? I'll then stop and ask them to hold up the 2 colors they see for the dog. So in this case, it's a red card and a yellow card, and they'll hold up both of them, show me that they see the 2 colors on the dog. I'll continue to read, and in the first few pages, he's going to be the same color. Then when we get into the next page, I'll read it, stop, and ask them the color he is in this one. And in this one, it's a single color, so they'll only hold up blue. In the next one, he's just red, so they'll only hold up a single red card. I'll continue to do this until I finish the book, and they'll hold up each time on the page for the color of the dog. And this is all we will do for the concept book. Thanks for watching.